Today we're checking out the Jeep licensed by RedRock Extreme HD rear bumper for the 2018 and newer Jeep Wrangler JLs. If your factory rear bumper is too thin, dented, or just too plain for your taste, this one brings a tougher protection with a cleaner off-road look and proper recovery points in one simple package, so it's definitely worth checking out. All right, the key features here have to start with that classic Jeep logo right down the center and an off-road ready full width bumper with high clearance ends that tuck up tight to the body. So you're gonna improve your departure angle instead of dragging those outside corners of the rear bumper. This bumper includes two high strength D-rings that are rated up to 9,500 pounds, plus a wide center step that makes it easier to reach into that cargo area with the tailgate open. The lines follow the JL very nicely for that upgraded Factory Plus style, and the officially licensed Jeep branding adds that OEM vibe with that Jeep pride displayed instead of looking like an afterthought or something you just slapped on afterwards. Most folks move to a bumper like this when the stock cover gets banged up, or they just want to match a front bumper upgrade, or if they're just looking for a tougher look without going full custom and breaking the bank. When it comes to the construction on this, it is built with heavy-duty steel plates with clean reinforced welds and textured black powder coat finish to fight that rust and corrosion over time. Mounting points are gonna land perfectly with the factory mounting locations, plus the edges are trimmed to sit straight and rattle-free for years to come, even while taking abuse out there on the trail. Now, as far as the pricing goes on this is coming in right around that $700 price range. For a heavy-duty steel Jeep licensed rear bumper with direct bolt-on fitment and built-in recovery points, this is a pretty strong value if you want protection and style in one off-road package. When it comes to the install on this one, it's gonna get rated a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. You can have this job done in 2 hours or less of your time. So let's head on out to the shop and we're gonna give you a detailed walkthrough of exactly how this install process goes.
For this install, you will need an impact, a ratchet, an extension, 1/4 inch to 3/8 adapter if necessary, a 6mm Allen head socket, 8, 10, 16, shallow 18, and 21mm sockets, 16 and 18mm wrenches, a pair of wire crimpers, and also not shown here is T-taps and male spade connectors. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing a bumper on our Wrangler, so let's get started. Alrighty guys, so one thing to note is you do want to start with your spare tire off of your vehicle. However, you need to do that with whatever socket you specifically use for your wheels. And then we'll get under and start disassembling and removing our bumper. So now we're starting off underneath our vehicle and we're going to remove these two 10mm screws on our lower support brackets with our 10mm socket. Next, we're going to remove our cover panel from our fender well area. It's held on by 3 8mm screws. So I've got my 8mm socket on my ratchet. I'm going to pop these off. Take our panel off. Now we're going to unplug our harness for our tag lights. Just need to pop this clip back, push down on that and pop that out. Next we're going to remove our two 16mm bolts for our outer bracket with our 16mm socket. Then you want to do the same thing for the other side. Now we're going to remove the two 16mm nuts on our mounting studs. So we've got a 16mm wrench. We just need to break these loose and usually they'll just thread right off. Get in here, break these loose. There's one up top here that's pretty hard to see. Once you get them moving though, you'll be able to run them off by hand. And you want to repeat this for the other side. Now that we have all of our hardware off, we can grab our bumper and pull it off and set it aside. So we're also going to be removing our factory tow hook. So it's held on by 4 21mm bolts. So we've got our 21mm socket. We're going to remove the 2 on the bottom and the 2 up on the side. Now this bracket is going to come out with it as well. You want to support this on your last one. Take that off. Alrighty guys, so we're going to need to remove this bracket as well. It's held in by these two 18mm bolts. You have to reach in from behind here with your 18mm ratcheting wrench, pop those bolts out, we'll get this bracket right out. Then you want to do the same thing for your other bolt and pull this bracket off. Next, we're going to remove this bracket in our wheel well. We got to remove these two 16mm bolts. So we've got our 16mm socket. Once you have this side out, you can do the same thing for the other side. Alright guys, so now that we have everything off, we're going to begin installing our new hitch first. So we've got our backing plate for our hitch mount. We've got our provided bolts and flat washers. These are going to be the longest bolts in your kit. We're going to put this on the back side of our frame, lining up with our 4 holes, and send the bolts in through the back side. Once we get that first one in, that'll kind of hang our bracket. Then we'll get our outer one in on the other side, then we can get our other 2 installed. Get this one in, followed by our 2 middle ones. Now a little trick here is you want to come up over top of your exhaust and make things a lot easier. You may have to bring your bracket up a hair. Get that in. So now we've got our hitch itself. We're going to line that up with our 4 bolts. We'll slide that on. And once that's in place, we're going to install our provided flat washers, lock washers, and nuts. And once you have your first one hand tight, you can do the same thing for your other 3 bolts. Now we can put our 2 lower support bolts in. So we've got our bolt and flat washer. We're going to send this one through from the back. We're going to get our supplied flat washer, lock washer, and nut in place. And you can do the same thing for the other side. So now we're going to tighten our hardware down using our 18mm socket on our impact and an 18mm wrench. So we'll send our wrench back here, get our upper 4 bolts in place. Now for our lower bolts, we're going to grab our 18mm shallow socket on our ratchet and our 18mm wrench. And we'll tighten the other one down as well. Next, we're going to install our double nut bracket into the passenger side frame rail. So that's just going to slide in like so, and line up with our 2 lower mounting holes. Now we can install our bumper, so we're going to set it in place. The hitch will hold it. That's a good thing. Then we're going to line up our mounting bolts everywhere. So if you need an extra set of hands, because this thing is kind of heavy, now would be the time to grab them. Line up our brackets. All right, so now we're going to get all of our mounting bolts in. So we've got our supplied bolts, lock washers, and flat washers. Get these in place. Now once you've got this side loosely in place, you want to do the same thing for the other side, and we'll come back and tighten everything down. Now that we've got everything loosely in place, we're going to come back with our 21mm socket on our impact and tighten down all of our mounting bolts. And you want to do the same thing for the other side. Now we're going to mount our passenger side block-off plate. So we're going to line this up with our 3 threaded holes. Then we're going to install our provided 6mm Allen head bolts, lock washers, and flat washers. So we'll get all those started. Then we'll grab our 6mm Allen socket on our ratchet and tighten these down. Now we're going to install our driver's side plate, which is also our tag bracket. So we're going to line this up, get our 3 Allen head bolts in. We'll come back in with our 6mm Allen socket and tighten these down. Alrighty guys, so now it's time to mount and wire up our tag lights and tag. Our tag lights themselves are going to double as your tag mounting bracket. So what we're going to do is send our wiring for our tag lights through our tag first. Then we're going to send these through the mounting holes on our brackets. Notice these have a threaded backing. So you want to get those lined up. Then what we're going to do is grab our flat washer, send that up the other side, along with our mounting nut, that through. And we'll get this up to our light itself. Now you want to make sure your actual tag light is going to be pointing at your tag and not up and away or out. Snug that down. And we'll do the same thing for our other light. Okay, now we're going to need to wire up our tag lights. So we're going to tie these 2 lights together. So we've got the red wire from both of our harnesses. These do come pre-stripped. I'm going to wind these together. And we've got male spade connectors that we're going to add into these. Get this through. We're going to grab our crimpers, crimp these down. We'll do the same thing for our negative wires. So now we're going to need to tap into our tag light connector. So our white wire is our positive, our black is our ground. We've got our T-taps. What we're going to do, set that wire into that metal saddle, close this connector around it, give that a good squeeze. I like to use a pair of needle nose pliers. Gently squeeze this. It's going to lock it in, get a better connection. So, then we're going to do the same thing for our black wire. Now that we have those locked into place, we bring our harness up. And these are just going to plug right into these T-taps. So our red wire's going to go into the tap on our white wire. And our black to black. You can tuck this out of the way. Okay. Lastly, we're going to install our D-rings. We're going to slide these over our mounts, get our pin through, thread these on. And you want to do the same thing for the other side. Now once you have everything on, you can go ahead and reinstall your spare tire. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our Jeep licensed by RedRock Extreme HD rear bumper for your 18 to current Jeep Wrangler JL. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.